I know Roger Waters was in Pink Floyd, but I've never heard anything from him, so I'm excited to see this. Hiya folks, I'm Grim, and welcome to Grim Grooves. Today we'll be checking out Wait for Her by Roger Waters, which was a Patreon request. I've always heard of Roger Waters, I've heard of Pink Floyd and stuff like that, but I've just never gotten into it all that much myself. I mean, I think I've heard a couple songs over the years, like Wish You Were Here and things like that, but other than that, I mean, I don't just typically listen to a lot of it, but I'm really excited to find out what this will be like, because it's an avenue of music that I've just never really dived down into very much. But if you'd like to see more, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, because I've got so much more classic rock and just so many different styles of music to dive into still. I've only just started. And if you'd like to request something yourself, you can request it down in the comments or through Patreon at tier 2 and you'll get it right away. But without further ado, let's check out Wait for Her by Roger Waters. Soft piano melody. Somber acoustic guitar. This one might make me break.
With a glass inlaid with gemstones on a pool around the evening, among the perfumed roses, wait for her. With the patience of a pack horse, loaded for the mountains, like a stoic, noble prince, wait for her. With 7 pillows laid out on the stair, the scent of woman's incense fills the air. Be calm and wait for her.
At this point, this feels like a Bob Dylan song almost. It's so interesting. Such an interesting style. I mean, again, although I don't listen to a ton of Pink Floyd, I've definitely heard some of it, right? And it's typically like more psychedelic rock. I wasn't expecting this to be such a soft, mournful, meaningful song. It's just so beautiful already. Like, his voice is just so, again, it feels almost Bob Dylan-like, except for like lack of the accent that Bob Dylan typically had. But it's really interesting. I mean, such an interesting style, and his voice is just so fantastic. Like, I mean, I wouldn't expect nothing less from like a rock, like such an important figure in rock and roll history. But it's just fantastic.
Be calm and wait for her, and do not flush the sparrows that are nesting in her braids. All along the barricades, wait for her. And if she comes soon, she comes late, wait. Let her be still as a summer afternoon, a garden in full bloom.
This has been such an interesting build-up for this song. I mean, starting off just the piano, and then we work in the acoustic guitar on top of that. It's all very simple, very mellow, very beautiful. And then as we go on, a little bit of a synth melody creeps into the mix. And now we've got like the bass melody, and the bass is so heavy in the background, it like reverberates within you almost. Like, it's just so impactful, just such a strong bass melody, and so consistent too. Like, it's so interesting. And now they're building up on top of that even more melodies. It seems like there's maybe another piano melody coming in, maybe guitar and stuff. Like, there's so much to it. And again, the song itself is still so peaceful and meaningful and beautiful on top of that.
Let her breathe in the air that is foreign to her heart. Let her lips part.
Synth melody in the back.
Take her to the balcony upon the twin doves of her breast, lest they take flight, wait for her. And if she comes soon, wait for her.
It's like every element is ramping up now a little bit. The guitar is a little more impactful, a little heavier in the mix. We've got the drums also a little bit more impactful. We had the backup singers there a little bit. I wonder if they'll come back, because that was a fantastic little section there. But I mean, Roger Waters' voice is just so soft and simple, but just so beautiful at the same time. Like, I'm sure he can do so much more with his voice, but because this song is such a like withdrawn, such a like emotional song, it works really well with his more soft-spoken kind of simple delivery of some of these things. Like, we're not getting a lot of crazy like sustained notes or like runs on like the way he's delivering his lines and things like that. It's not too complex, but it really doesn't need to be, because his voice is just so like, it has this like bassy quality to it that lends itself really well to a song like this, because the song itself is so like so simple in a way, like so stripped down. There's not a whole lot of extra layers on top of it. It's all very acoustic. I mean, obviously there's some synth melodies coming in as we go on, but especially at the beginning, like, it's just so very kind of simple, and then not in a bad way, of course. Like, there's just a simple kind of piano melody, a simple acoustic guitar, and Roger Waters' just beautiful voice. And because it's so bassy, it just adds that like certain vibe to it that just works really, really well. And as the song's gone, it's built up and changed so drastically, but at the same time we still have that simple delivery from Roger Waters that just, again, works so well in this setting.
And if she comes late, serve her water before wine. Do not touch her hand. Let your fingertips rest at her command. Speak softly as a flute would to a fearful violin. Breathe out, breathe in.
That guitar. With that bass line.
And as the echo fades from that final fusillade, remember the promises you made.
Interesting. It's a way to stop that, to end that. Like, wow, it gave me chills just like working its way out on just that simple acoustic melody. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, this entire song was just so fantastic. It was unlike what I would have expected from Roger Waters, knowing who Pink Floyd is and stuff like that. But there was some like little bits of psychedelic rock in there, not necessarily in the lyrics and things like that, but just in the melodies. Like when the guitar kicked up in the chorus, it like boom, boom, boom. Like that's very Pink Floyd. Again, I'm not an expert or anything like that, but I've definitely heard that kind of melody. Maybe it was Brick in the Wall or something, I'm not exactly sure, but regardless, I mean, they have a specific style to them, and I'm sure Roger Waters was a big part of that style, so it makes sense that some elements of what was in Pink Floyd would end up being in music from Roger Waters himself, but it was similar sensibilities kind of thing. But this was still, it was so much softer than I would have expected it to be, so much more meaningful, so much more beautiful. I mean, from what I've heard, again, Pink Floyd songs are typically very poignant, but a lot more like philosophical and things like that, whereas this was more direct at like a specific situation, a specific story of this woman and things like that. And it's very beautiful. I mean, just again, Roger Waters' soft kind of delivery of these different lyrics and the way that he kind of just brought his voice so, like, he didn't really have a lot of emotion in the way he was singing necessarily. It was all very kind of monotone in a way, but it worked really well. Again, just has such his bassy kind of, just the bassiness in his voice, that kind of presence lends itself really well to such a stripped down simple song like this. And again, the way that it built over the course of this song was so dynamic. It kept things changing and moving, even though Roger Waters' voice was still fairly consistent throughout the entire thing. It just, again, that was like the bedrock of this song, and everything else was kind of built on top of that bedrock. But the bedrock was still like the core component of what made the song what it was. Like, but still, so many fantastic melodies aside from that. Excellent guitar melodies, excellent bass lines, like such good bass lines. The drums coming in, the vocalists adding, the other vocalists being added to it. Like, there wasn't really much. There was just like that one section where we had like the background vocalists, but they did a great job too. Like, overall, this was a fantastic track, and I'm definitely interested in seeing more from Roger Waters, or even Pink Floyd, or I really need to go deeper down the classic rock rabbit hole, because there's definitely some songs I've heard over the years, but there's tons that I've never checked out before. So there's a ton. But if you'd like to request them again, make sure to throw it down in the comments, or if there's any other Roger Waters songs you'd like me to look into, you can throw them down there too. Or again, on Patreon, you'll get them right away. But anyways, thanks for hanging out watching my reaction. If you liked it, again, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Until next time, later days, folks.